Any smaller and it's just too easy to call. Any bigger and you're laying the guy too big a price to get dealt a good hand.
Because because he told Ziggy done a bunch in Chinese.
Lost a bunch, yeah.
Lost a bunch in Chinese, yeah. Of course, because I'm big.
There's a lot of people sort of, you can see in the background, Sammy, this is almost his home turf, you know, so he's got a lot of friends around, and he was been quite excited about this, Sammy.
Yeah.
I mean, do you generally think, there must be times in your career when you sort of have, I don't want to say, you take a chance because you know you're going to be learning a lot at the same time as...
Absolutely. The first time I played big heads up with Tom 2 or 3 years ago was definitely just such an occasion, actually.
And how pumped up were you for that match?
It was a lot of fun. We'd been playing in, I believe, a 5100 cap game online, and Tom had been losing a lot, was kind of angry and tilted, and challenged me to a heads-up game, and I decided to take him up on it. If I remember correctly, it went pretty well. I ended up making 50,000 or so.
And was that the first time sort of playing Tom heads up? Were you prepared for the game? I mean, were you prepared for what he had to offer?
I think so. I'd been playing a lot of heads up no limit already by that point. He was certainly one of the tougher players I'd played before, but...
3,000 total. Re-raise to 11,000.
Throwing chips like they're nothing. Did you not know that there's a recession?
Now, last time was the first time that we had seen Tom sort of re-raise pre-flop and then check the flop. And he's doing this so often, this 3-bet, that...
Yeah, he really is.
Is he going to have to be mixing up this sort of check on the flop in? I mean...
I would think so. It depends on how often Sammy calls. If Durrrr is re-raising a whole lot, but Sammy's calling even wider than that, then Durrrr can just keep betting these flops. But if once Durrrr has re-raised and Sammy's called, Sammy tends to have the stronger hand, then yes, Tom's going to have to be checking a lot more often.
You're so sick in the head.
It's true, bro. Ridiculous. And he's called Dapper Dry Cleaner as well. As if he's bloody good.
And he's not too dapper?
He's not too dapper at all, man. I saw the mark.
How are your cards over there? Are they dapper?
I'll be honest with you, I can't
They're
call
not too
it.
dapper either?
No. I actually was going to repop your poppy. 900.
And I don't know if this is a...
900. Yeah. 900.
A trend we'll be seeing, but if Sammy does peel off a lot of flops for the button to the 3-bet, he has to start doing stuff like floating and raising with nothing. Is that something you have to do?
Absolutely. That was something I was about to say, was that if Sammy's going to be playing loose to the 3-bet, then when a flop comes like 6-6-4, neither player's going to have a pair very often. And if Durrrr can just bet and win on boards like that, he's going to be making a lot of money by building these big pots pre-flop and then stealing them on the flop.
Big flop for Sammy.
Yep.
Check.
Not a very big flop at all for Durrrr. We'll have to see if Sammy manages to get any of his money here. Checks it back, and now Durrrr has a big draw. He's got the double gut shot and the queen-high flush draw. Yeah, he's not even that far behind. It says 32% right there.
And should Durrrr know how many outs he has here? I mean, is the Queen of Spades kind of...
It's hard to say.
You can't really be
certain that any one of his outs is live, but between the straight outs and the flush outs, Sammy would have to have a big flush for Tom not to have a lot of outs. That is a really big fold.
2 gut shots on a flush draw.
2 gut shots? You folded 2 gut shots. You folded 2 gut shots in a flush draw?
Yes.
No, you never.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as Sammy that Tom just folded that in.
And Tom folding there, thinking about he's not really sure what he wants to see and if he can call a big river bet there.
Exactly. It's a tricky spot because none of his outs are to the nuts. And there's even some chance that he's drawing dead already if Sammy has a king or ace high flush.
Woke up in literally like worst excruciating pain in my life. Like worse than, punch in the face, baseball,
Yeah,
one
of
half of the
course,
nuts,
it's horrible,
anything like
right?
that. It was
It's
crazy.
the worst, bro. It's the
Worse
worst.
than like any teeth thing. Just like I was just like screaming at the top of my lungs, like, oh,
Of course, man.
because like I had no idea what it was. I didn't know. You know what I mean?
You know that's the worst pain?
I think he's talking about those
That's like the
cramps
worst,
that you
worst
get when you're lying
I
in
get it all
bed.
the time. It's because
But I
I'm
mean,
fat.
like, I've had, obviously, you know, I had some rando bad cramp before, but
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
like, I literally, like, couldn't, and I was 6-tabling at the time.
Yeah.
So I just sat there screaming, like, ah, and it was like, click, 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 and then just, like, chucked my computer.
No. But did you get massage?
Yeah, she, like, woke up and did that, and it felt better.
Well, you need to. You need to like put your leg back like that. That's what all the footballers do. Ask Eddie. Okay, I'll lay out a little bit. Okay.
5,000.
Well, there is a little putt going on, but Sammy Betson takes it. I mean, Durrrr has been.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, like, sore today.
Oh,
but
it would be. It would be. Listen, it's the worst.
yesterday was
I
so
cry
sick.
when I get it. I like a bitch. I cry. I'm like on the floor, you know, squealing like a pig, like oink
Like-
oink.
If I had that once a day for 30 minutes, I would just instantly just find the highest place to jump off of, and then, I mean, it was terrible. It was,
The best
watch
feeling.
I just take painkillers.
The best feeling is when it goes. Is the relief when it goes.
Right,
that's
right, right.
that's the feeling you need. That's the one. There you go, bro.
Raised.
It was so sick though, while 6-tabling. Like, luckily I wasn't in any big hands. You know, I was
Yeah.
in like a bunch of smaller
Yeah,
ones.
because you're in
and
the same position. That's what it is, and the blood stops circulating.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're gonna get the crap, of course. Standard.
He has
That's why.
been keeping up a very sort of intense schedule lately, Tom.
That's
He's been
why.
playing
No other reason.
these matches, heads-up matches in the day, and sort of one line all night.
Check.
Yeah, there's this
5,000.
crazy action going online right now with a unknown player by the screen name of Isildur, who Tom has been playing quite a bit with. Hasn't gone so well for him thus far, which just seems to make him want to put in even more hours playing the guy.
Meanwhile, now Sammy with the full house going for, well, it looks like the big bet on the river.
$43,500 pass.
And we
Well, it's
haven't
happened
really
to me,
seen
bro.
any of these.
It's horrible.
Only
I'll
this
tell you
one
the
big
worst.
overbet
It's
called so
happened in
far.
the shower.
Yeah, and
Have
both
cramp
times
in the
Sammy's
shower and
overbet,
you're
he's
butt
had a
naked
huge
and you
hand.
can't come out. What do you do then?
Funny
I
you
mean, I
were,
wouldn't care. If, like, that cramp, I would definitely have come out. I wouldn't care. Like,
You know,
making
running
that go
around
away
the house
was by
like naked.
far-
Yeah, but you got like I'm sure your body looks nicer naked than mine. But the point is, you know, last thing you want to see is a 120 kilo geezer running around the house with a cramp in his left leg. It just doesn't look right. And then you want, you know what I mean?
That.
You know, you just don't want to be involved in it, to be honest.
That was a
scared the
dark
crap out
raise
of
from
anyone
Tom,
going
I
through
think.
around.
Was it?
I think so.
No, he seems to have gotten a perfectly nice hand anyhow.
Okay, what do I do here?
We were talking about those overbets on the
Just to see
river,
the turn,
and you're
yeah.
saying Isildur, and it actually
Nothing more.
seems to be something that this
Yes, you can,
Isildur, and that is
100%.
becoming more common in the poker world, is
100%.
these big overbets on the river in this game.
Definitely, and heads up no limit, there are a lot of good opportunities to overbet. There are a lot of situations where your opponent will almost never have a very strong hand, and you often will. And you can put him to a really tough decision by consistently in those spots making huge bets, both with the hands that he can never beat and with bluffs.
Oh, I guess I should have bet the turn then.
Yes.
And it feels like a way that No Limit Hold'em has really changed over maybe the past
Well, we
couple of
gotta get
years.
some sushi.
That
Right,
that's
obviously.
what's coming
Bloody
more
hell,
into
I'm
the
on
game, or
appetizers.
do you not
Yeah,
think so?
Okay.
There's been more of it
Okay,
recently
you order
than
main, I order
there had
appetizer.
before, but
Deal?
it's been around forever. I mean, Doyle talks about overbetting in Super
yeah.
System,
What's that?
and
4-9.
Prahlad Friedman
seven
was really famous for
We should play
his
if you win with
overbets
seven
when he
deuce, you
was
get 10K.
crushing the big online games in
Okay, yeah, yeah,
2005.
You need to win with it. So if I,
Yeah, bet.
if you fold and I have 7 deuce in the big blind, I win 10K.
No,
Yeah. Anytime you have it.
no, you've got to
Well, they're
raise
talking
me.
about
No, it's got to be
introducing the
let's sell it out.
7
If you
deuce
get 7
game,
deuce,
which is
and you
paying
raise,
a
and I
player
re-raise, it's got
if
to
he
be like
wins
that.
with the
If I
worst
see-
hand
if
in
I get a
Hold'em.